Okay, let's provide a little context as you go into your next exercise about some of the things that we've been discussing here. What I'm going to do is go into the designer and open up a model that you built earlier called sales charts. And we're going to review a couple of the things that are in it because they're important to have in mind as you go into your next exercise. Probably foremost among that is that this is a service consumer model, which means it uses an external provider, a model that provides service operations externally. And the service consumer actually adds elements to this working portlet model that are of interest to you. So specifically, the notion of data service operations that are now available in the web app. It includes the methods that you would need to run those. It has the schemas that describe the shape of the inputs and the outputs of those service operations. And finally, you have these buckets, variables that actually will contain and store the data that goes into and out of the services so that when you run one, you have it available to other components in the model. Okay, and now what I'll do is I'll point out one of the builder calls that's in here, that web chart. So since you're going to be asked to use the web chart builder in the exercise and profile some of its inputs, just a quick reminder of what this model was intended to show you. So the web chart builder is set up very similarly to other builders that place things on pages. So the notion that a web chart builder will have a chart that actually goes somewhere on a page, somewhere on a tag on that page. That's where it's physically located. It has other attributes like it has a shape. It has data that goes with it. In this case, notice specifically that the data that's going to the chart is coming from, you guessed it, a service operation. Okay. The other big thing among all the other cosmetic and structural things that the chart is configured with is this notion of chart click action. So the idea here is that the chart click action allows you to specify what happens when you actually click through on a slice of the pie or a bar on the chart. We want to be able to treat this as though it were similar to a table provided by DataPage. You see a table, you click on a row, the data from that row is passed on somewhere to do other things in the application. So in here, what we've specified is that when you click on a slice of this particular pie and this particular web chart, then it runs this action list, get sales for category. And it runs that action list and at the same time passes in an argument. The big key point we're making here is that the argument that we pass in is the entire piece of data that goes with the row or the slice of the pie that you clicked, not just the little piece that you see when you do the click. And the idea there is that if we do pass the entire thing, the entire package of data on, other components that are downstream in this action list or other pages that render following all of this will be able to take advantage of the entire package of data, not just the one little nugget that you can see when you do the click. Okay, so this was one of the big items that we were covering with the web chart previously. Keep it in mind as you run into the next exercise. And now what I need to do is clear off all the drawing related things, restore this to its normal size, and run this model so we can see the baseline behavior of the web chart model before we apply profiling to it.